Well, it wouldn't be draft season if half the Lions fans weren't ready to jump off a cliff.
I mean, that's draft season, OTAs, preseason, any game after like week 3. That's typically when we're ready to jump off of a bridge. So I mean, this is par for the course, right? We're
Sure.
like we're super happy, but also super angry all the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's just so funny that like 48 hours ago, Brad Holmes was like God, and now all of a sudden it's like, what is he doing? He doesn't know any football. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, there's a reason running backs don't get taken in the first round of the draft anymore. If he wants to be the smartest guy in the room, those are the sort of picks that get you that legacy of being someone who can find talent. I mean, to me, it feels like these 2 picks the Lions made are either the catalyst to 4 or 5 years of really great football, or we're going to look back and go, they were that close to being really, really good.
Sure.
And then they took a running back and linebacker in the top 18 picks. So,
sure. But I would prefer, given that now pass regimes, certainly like they had already shown a track record when they made stupid moves like, quote unquote stupid moves like that, where it was like it was. But so far, I think Holmes and Campbell have done a really good job of, especially in the draft, of, not just knocking out their first round picks, but like finding the diamonds in the rough later on in the later rounds too, that like I'm willing to like criticize after the fact if it doesn't work out. Like I'm not gonna.
well, yes and no. It's funny because you think of Amon-Ra, you think of Rodrigo last year as diamonds in the rough, as you said, but also in that same draft, neither one of their second round picks in neither one of those drafts have panned out. Like Josh Pascal can't stay on the field. Alan McNeil hasn't played. Melifanu, I don't even think he's going to be he'll be lucky. If he sees the field this year, we're in trouble because he's like, way down on the depth chart. So like, yeah, they found some diamonds in the rough, but also they haven't hit on second and third rounders. And hey, JMO, we don't know yet.
True.
He's a big question mark right now. Couldn't get on the field last year. When he was on the field, he looked great at times. He looked lost, and goddamn DraftKings, man.
That's right. Don't gamble, people.
Whoa. Just don't do it in areas where you're not permitted to do it.
Fair enough. But yeah, so welcome to Kris and Matt's Wrestling Pod. There's our football segment for the day. And it's not just NFL draft season, it's WWE draft season. Coincidentally. Wonder if that was planned. And all, right.
Knowing that company, it might have just been a pure coincidence.
Probably.
Like, hey, Hunter, the NFL draft is that week. Oh, really? Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Good for us.
Yeah. I in all seriousness though, I do prefer the draft, in the weeks after WrestleMania as opposed to October, November when they have been doing them. So, but we're going to do we're not going to do like a straight mock draft because honestly, like trying to figure out, what they're going to do and, with the way they got to do it because they're splitting it up over 2 nights, with the pools and everything like that. It was just kind of like, So we're going to do something different. We're going to kind of do a true to life one, but we're also going to throw some things in here that are different. We're going to do 15 picks each, and we're taking 10 picks from the main WWE roster. We're taking 2 from NXT, and then we're each allowed 3 from other companies. Doesn't matter, like everything.
Yeah, we're calling those the forbidden door picks, if you will,
because we're clever.
Yeah, I came up with that one.
Yeah.
That's my contribution.
Yeah. So, and so yeah, it's we're gonna have some fun with this today. So, but before we get started, please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel at musicandmoonsalts.com. And so what are you just kind of overall, are you in favor of WWE doing drafts, or is it kind of played out at this point? What are your thoughts on it? It's been a couple years since they've done one.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that it definitely creates a couple weeks of excitement. I'm for it. I definitely think with rosters as big as they are, you do need to switch things up. Every year or so, like you said, after WrestleMania, it's almost like the company as a whole hits the reset button. So it makes sense to do that. My frustration with the draft is just that they separate the rosters and then inevitably the crossover starts happening. Yeah. And I'm not opposed to crossover happening. I liked it early on when it was that the two sides did not cross unless it was a big four. And I think if they're able, it sounds like they're talking about going back to brand exclusive pay-per-view or premium live events, whatever stupid name they want to,
right.
The pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It sounds like they might go back to that format. So if it limits the interaction between the two rosters, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. And it seems like when they split the rosters back up in 2016, yeah, that's when they did that again. Those first few years they did a pretty good job of keeping everyone separate. It wasn't, and that's because both Raw and SmackDown were both on USA at the time. So
yeah,
now with two separate network partners, it's kind of, you think you do a good job of splitting these rosters up, and then all of a sudden Fox is like, hey, we want Roman Reigns too.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So I think that's kind of, they're kind of trying to serve a bunch of different masters at the same time, but that's why they get paid the big bucks to figure this stuff out. Maybe ask these television partners ahead of time, hey, who do you really want?
Right. Because TV executives really got their finger on the pulse of wrestling fans. Sure.
Of course. So yeah, we're like I said, we're just gonna have a little fun little draft here, and honestly, like I said, originally we were gonna do a mock, and then I got to thinking, I'm like, I know Matt, he's especially after this week after they announced the new world title, and I'm like, because originally I'm like, all right, we'll keep Roman off the board because he'll be floating between the two brands as the unified champ, and then whatever happens. And then as soon as they announced that new title, I'm like, all right, well, there's no way Matt's going to allow me to have Cody and Roman. Yeah, here we are.
Who's to say Roman doesn't pick up a third title?
Yeah, maybe he does. That meme that's been going around is hilarious.
I love it. Look, I'm not watching this stuff every week, but nothing would make me happier than to see WWE fan have to process Roman picking up another title.
Yeah,
it would be like last night as a Lions fan times 100. WWE fans would collapse in themselves if they gave him the third title, and I want that drama so bad. So Finn, forget him. Seth, don't care. Neck tattoo. Finish the story another time, buddy. It's all about Roman as champion.
Fair enough. Is there anything else? Is there anything you wanted to hit, not draft related, before we get started?
I mean, you mentioned the title, the new championship. I was relieved when we were texting Monday when they unveiled it that you felt the same way I did. That it's a monstrosity. It's ugly. It's I hate it so much.
If you're going to do the big gold, do the big gold. If you're not,
right,
then don't. It's not that hard.
And to the people that are like, well, because you mentioned with the a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Cody bringing the winged eagle, and you're like, they want the branding. You have a title that can be branded, and you can have for the celebrities. just appease the hardcores a little bit and give us a good looking title.
Let's face it, they're still going to be giving those teams and everything the WWE title. They're not going to be giving them this thing. I guarantee it.
Right.
So yeah, like there's no it was dumb.
It's a classic example of them hearing an idea and going, yeah, we can make that, would make fans happy. That'd be cool. And then they have to put their branding or they take a good idea and they don't finish the execution. And it's like, man, like, yeah, you absolutely need another world champion because you bungled this whole thing with Roman.
Yeah.
And like you said, you got to keep your network partners happy. They want a world champion on their show all the time. I get it. Did you really have to just slather your logo right across the middle of it? Just
yeah. Or come up, like, if you're gonna do it, like, come up with a completely different design. But Hunter can't help himself.
He loves that big gold.
He sure does. So
other than that, Dynamite. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say my big thing about it and my worst fear is that, you know, that's the one that they're gonna give Cody, and it's gonna be at that point it's gonna be completely meaningless.
I don't think they're gonna make that mistake.
I hope not, but again, like my confidence that he's, you know, like if he's gonna be the one to beat Roman, he would have beat Roman at WrestleMania, I think. So my confidence in the fact of him actually, you know, it's a big joke, but him actually finishing the story that he's wanting to tell is at a pretty low point still. So I'm hoping to be surprised and pleasantly so, but I have a bad feeling. We'll see. You know, if him and Roman get separated in the draft, I think they're both in the pool for tonight.
They are.
So if they get separated, then I can, you know, maybe breathe a little easier. But if they end up on opposite shows, then it's writing's on the wall at that point. So
yeah, we'll see. I don't like the idea of crowning a champion without beating Roman first, but oh well. This is the position they put themselves in.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it either. And I don't, you know, there's a lot of people now that are like, well, they should have just had Cody challenge for the one, if, you know, blah. And I'm like, no, because that wouldn't have done it. Like, if he goes, because one I saw, and I can't remember exactly who said it, so I don't want to call him out, but they were like, you know, you have him just challenge for the WWE title because that's the one he wanted anyway. And then once he beats Roman, he can kind of use that, like, to hold over Roman's head. Like, if I wanted the other one, I could have taken that one too. I'm like, well, why wouldn't you have wanted that one too then? Like, that makes zero sense.
Right.
But anyways, so I don't agree with the hindsight, people with hindsight now saying that Cody should have just challenged for one and beat him. When you beat Roman, you're gonna beat him right at this point. So, which may not be for another 3 years. So.
I'm starting. Who knows? But I'm starting to buy into he's not just going for 1,000.
Yeah,
they're gonna push this for a while, and honestly, I don't hate it. I don't think it's. I don't know. Maybe I'll feel different in 380 more days. But
you don't hate it because you're not. You know, you're not encumbered with watching it on a weekly basis, so it really doesn't matter to you.
Well, I think in general too, the meaning of world titles has kind of fallen off in wrestling to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So like if him holding the belt for 2,000 days is the story they want to tell, I don't hate it as much because it's not like they treat the championship with any reverence to begin with. You know, they've had it on part-timers for so long lately, the last few years, and you know, hot-shotting it back and forth between people. AEW does the same thing. It's not just a WWE thing. It's wrestling companies in general don't treat titles as that big of a deal anymore. I think fans just need to kind of get over it and understand it's the world championship on paper, but if they're telling good stories with it, I think you got to just deal with it.
Fair enough.
Aside from that, Dynamite was a solid show. Didn't think anything spectacular happened, but didn't think it was anything that was like, man, I wish I would have skipped that episode.
Right. Yeah. No, I still haven't finished it, to be honest. So I can't remember where I even left off at, but hey, it's good to see Roderick Strong.
Sure. I mean, it's 18 months too late. Like I'm happy that Roddy's back on TV, and especially with this company where if they want to use him in Ring of Honor down the road too, like it makes perfect sense. But Roddy, it would have been nicer if Roddy were here 18 months ago, and we could have got a real undisputed elite versus the elite feud.
Yeah. That reminds me of a couple more rules for the draft before we flip a coin here.
I wasn't gonna let you start until we touched on it.
All right. So because we're only doing 15 picks, and like if we just did single wrestlers or whatever, that would mean like that would mean a lot of people didn't get taken, and B, it would just be kind of thin. So we've kind of decided that factions and tag teams are one pick. So for example, if with Matt's first pick, he decided he wanted the Judgment Day. We'll go with Judgment Day instead of the Bloodline example I've been using. So Matt gets first pick and he chooses Judgment Day. He gets those 4 people. And then I get, with my first pick, then I get to choose whether it's a faction or single wrestlers. I get to choose 4 people in a row for my first pick. And then we go on to pick 2, pick 3, and so on and so forth. So that we always end up, we're going to have more than 15 wrestlers, but we're always going to end up with an even split as far as our rosters go.
Right.
So,
and it's one of those things too where sure, and we are grouping Bloodline as an entire unit. I know WWE has them split as the Usos as a team, Roman and Solo as another. We're considering Bloodline as it's been for the last 2 years almost.
Yeah.
Or as it's formed.
Yeah.
And Judgment Day, the same thing. They have Rhea split off from the group, but she is in our heads, I think.
Yes.
Part of Judgment Day, no matter what. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's, I mean, yeah. And it's all as currently constructed. So it's not like I could draft the Bloodline and add Sami Zayn back in. And it's not, or, I can't decide I want all the Undisputed Era guys together. If I want them, I got to try and draft them all separately.
Because if that were the case, that'd be your number 1 pick.
Yeah, probably. Maybe. Maybe not. But it'd be close. It'd be up there. It'd be in the top 5 for sure.
Oh, top 5.
Top 5. Yeah. So,
all right.
Are we ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Right.
We didn't really discuss who gets the first pick though.
So you're not going to be able to see this, but the people at home will. So they'll be my my eyes and my what do you call it?
Verification that you're not screwing me.
Yes, okay. Exactly. So I'm going to click it here. And you call
Achievement unlocked. Baby steps.
Tails never fails. What?
You didn't hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
All right, cool. Well, anyways, you said Tails?
Tails never fails, yeah.
Tails is it. It is.
So I get the number 1 pick, huh?
You do.
I was kind of hoping I didn't get this pick because I didn't want to have to do this. But with my number 1 pick, I am taking neck tattoo himself, Cody Rhodes.
You son of a bitch.
Dude, he's the hottest guy they got.
I
know.
A
ton of merch.
I understand. I just... I'm so pissed.
Hey, maybe we can work out a trade.
Maybe. There we go. That's better. People can see that better. Damn it.
Oh. And I wanted, honestly, I really just wanted to stick it to you.
I know.
Over the years of doing drafts like this, both wrestling and fantasy football, you've gotten over on me a few times. So payback.
All right. Well, then this puts me in a pickle.
Like MJF pickles?
Yeah. Like it'd be stupid not to pick Roman, but if I'm going to pick Roman, then it'd be stupid not to pick the whole bloodline. But then again, do I want to give you 5 straight, able to rattle off 5 extra picks here? Yeah, screw it. No, you know what? I'm going to go. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to go bloodline.
Whew.
So, all right, man, off you go. Who we got here?
Oh, we're not doing snake style. I guess we should have.
Yeah, no. With 2 of us, it's kind of silly.
Okay, so then I get to run 4 picks in a row, right?
Yeah, 4. Why do I keep saying 5? It's like I can't count.
Because, I mean, Heyman.
But see, I wasn't counting Heyman. I guess I was counting Roman as 2 people because he has 2 titles.
I mean, if you want to give me a 5th pick, I'll.
No, I don't. I really don't. So, yeah.
All right. Well, then, man, you really helped me here. With my next pick, I'm going to take Imperium.
Okay.
And do I get to add a 4th to that, or do I just get one faction?
Yeah. No. You get to make up the difference.
Okay. So then I am going to take Imperium here, and then with this next pick, I am going to take Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay. Not bad. I like that. Then I'm going to take I'm going to take then Bianca Belair.
I like that. See, that puts pressure on me now because I think the obvious answer of who I need to respond there, but I don't want to give you that full group to make up. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna have to let Rhea pass for now. Yeah, and I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. I think in terms of star power, what she's meant to the brand, what she can do on both sides of being a heel and a baby face, she's a solid number 1 woman overall to have on the show.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with that. For my 3rd pick, I'm going with someone who's always been a favorite and who's maybe stock currently doesn't call for him to be taken this high, but given all the other people who aren't part of factions right now that I can take, I feel pretty good about this. I'm taking Drew McIntyre.
Drew, I thought you were going somewhere else. It's a solid pick. It's a solid former world champion. He can hang in there at the top of the card too. Mm-hmm. You can use him anywhere up and down. I like that pick.
And in all honesty, he's one of the guys that I think will benefit with another world title being introduced.
Sure,
absolutely.
Guys
like him and Seth, I think will definitely benefit from it. So.
Yep. I can't believe they lasted this long. I'm going to give you the double picks. I'm taking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh, okay.
So you can have your 2 in a row here, sir.
So are they in tonight's pool?
They are in Monday's pool, I believe. I've got it right here. They are in tomorrow night or Monday night's pool. Yes.
Okay. So there's a chance. I wonder. I'm just assuming they're losing tonight.
They better.
So, wait, what do you mean they better?
I mean, come on. They just had the longest tag team title reign of how was it of all time?
Yeah. So you want to put it right back on them?
You said they're going to lose tonight, right?
KO and Sammy are going to lose tonight.
Oh, I thought you meant the Usos.
No.
KO and Sammy better win tonight. They absolutely have to win.
They're losing.
You think so?
As soon as they changed the name of the next Saudi pay-per-view to Night of Champions, I knew they were losing. Okay.
All right. You say so.
I will be pleasantly surprised if they retain, but if I were so dumb to bet on wrestling, I would be betting on the Usos tonight.
Okay. All right.
So I'm wondering if I should use one of my. No, I'm gonna keep it. So I can draft a tag team. What other tag team? Oh, Street Profits.
I got to admit, I was briefly considering just taking Montez, trying to use him as because every time the draft happens, there's a breakout guy, right? Or there's a breakout.
Right. I thought about it too, but again, like if you're essentially getting Angelo for free, like why not? And then you can split them up if you want to after that.
No, that makes sense to me. Yep, and you got your 2, so we're back to me.
Yep.
I'm going to take another faction here because I'm looking to round out my roster. I'm going to take Damage Control.
Oh, okay.
I think that's I use this term loosely. I don't mean it in a negative way, but it's a roster filler. It gives you 3 really solid female talents who can work up and down the card. Bailey can do the main event. The other 2 can get to that level if they need to, but they can also work in the mid card, and you've got a tag team in there. I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Versatility.
Yes. So I get 3 people here with this pick number 5 here. So then I'm going to take a team. I'm going to take the current women's tag team champions of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And then I'm also going to take I'll take Charlotte.
And who?
Charlotte.
Wow.
I mean, I got Bianca. We still haven't done that match. So.
And it's star power.
Yes, that too. That too.
I mean, she's undeniably the most accomplished female wrestler in the company, right? In terms of accolades and things like that. So, No, I don't hate that. I've been sitting on him for a while. I thought you were going to. Oh, I guess technically he's not in the draft pool, so I guess I can't take him. Never mind. I was going to take the phenomenal one, but he is not available to be drafted.
Well,
according to W.
Again, we're kind of because we're if you want him, you can take he's he is a wrestler.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he's actually in with the OC as a
trio?
now that I'm going to as a foursome actually with
that's right. With
right.
Yeah.
I don't know what her new name is, but Mia, right?
Mia Yim, yeah. Michin, I think is what they're calling her.
Sure. And also I saw someone on Twitter again point out just how good Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are. at getting paid and then just fading into obscurity. Get their bag, and then you don't hear from them for like months.
Right. Well, at
Good
least
for
they got
those
the deal
guys.
where like they're not even like if they're not getting used, they don't even have to come to TV. So it's not like they're
Right.
traveling for no reason. Like they're just getting paid to sit at home. Like,
I just mean like good for those guys.
yeah,
like,
heck yeah. I mean,
but yes,
yeah, shoot.
Go ahead.
I mean, it is one of those things where like without AJ, they're like, what do you do with them? So, and you know, AJ unfortunately got hurt. So,
but I am not going to take the entire OC. I am just going to take AJ Styles.
okay. That's a good pick. I wasn't even thinking wasn't even thinking of him, to be honest. Which is crazy for me to say, but because he's been hurt and not on TV, he's kind of
when you were saying
mind.
One of my favorites, I'm like, he's going to take AJ, and then he didn't, and I'm like, he forgot about AJ, so I can wait a couple picks.
All right, we're at pick 6 here for me, and I feel pretty good about doing this now. I'm taking Judgment Day.
Ooh.
It gives me, a super hot heel with Dom. Gives me two pretty good workers with Finn and Priest, and then Bianca, or not Bianca, but Rhea Ripley. So
right.
Rhea, Bianca, and Charlotte all on one roster. That's pretty good.
Solid.
Yeah,
really solid.
So for your 7th pick now, you get to pick 4 people.
3, right? Because I took AJ at 6.
Right, and then
you just took, and then the 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, see. Do I want to dip into my Forbidden Door pick right now?
Ooh.
You know what? We're having fun with it. I am gonna dip in, and I am going to take the elite from AEW.
Okay, and who else are you taking along with that?
And then my next pick.
Well, I mean, it's all part of the same pick.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying there. And then after that, I'm going to follow this up with Asuka.
Okay.
Just so you're aware now, on my roster, I have Cody, AJ, and the Elite. So I think you can see where this is headed.
I do see. That's pretty good. Can't wait for your pick of Switchblade Jay White at the end of this.
The Bang Bang Club.
Yes. Now, what do I want to do next? I don't want to take another faction. Although I'd like
There's
to.
so much value in factions, though.
There is,
in this
and
game,
we're at the point now where, I mean, again, unless like I didn't anticipate you going Forbidden Door right there, so that kind of threw me for a loop. But we're at the point now where like a lot of the heavy hitters are gone, so it's not as the other part of it too is the one I'm thinking of has already circled around a lot of the people I have on the roster already. So I don't know if I want to like keep that going. But whatever. This is Fantasyland. Screw it. Brawling Brutes.
And is another.
That's 3. So you get 3 here.
Keeping up on my own. Man, another 3 picks. This is not. I didn't expect you to go there again. I'm going to throw a name out here. I'm not going to take them because I feel like it's not a complete act. But I would love to take a New Day here. but with not knowing what Big E is doing, it's kind of tough to
right.
to say that, because obviously I would love to get New Day in there with the Elite.
Right.
It's been something that's been teased forever. But oh well. So with 3 picks here, I'm going to try to fill out kind of my mid card here, and I'm going to start with Johnny Gargano,
Okay.
and then I'm going to put Nakamura in there, and then I am going to go. I'm splitting up the Alpha Academy, and give me Chad Gable here. Chad Gable is going to be my sort of, let's give this guy a little run beyond what he's been handed so far, and see if we can do something a little different with this guy.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm gonna take LA Knight.
Great pick.
I like him as a character.
Full disclosure, I completely forgot about him. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, I hadn't put that guy in my head. Good pick. Really good pick. That's value in the 8th round here.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I don't want to just take a position just to fill a need, because that's a problem around here. But I feel like I need to flesh out the female roster a little bit more. It's hard to turn down a legend. I'm going to take Trish here.
Nice.
Especially, she seems to be ready for one final run. If I'm getting through SummerSlam at the very least with her, great. If I can stretch it out to Mania, even better.
Right. And you've already got Becky, so you can keep that feud going too.
Right.
For my 9th pick, I think taking him here, and I've only got this pick and one more main roster pick, so Bobby Lashley.
All right, so we're on to the 10th round, right? I have 2 more main roster picks, correct?
Yes. Yeah. I won't count. I didn't think about that when you did Elite and Asuka in the same selection there. But yeah. I'll give you Asuka as a freebie. That's fine.
Oh no, you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
No, I mean, but it is like either way, yeah, it's not going to work out. Like, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Unless you want to combine another Forbidden Door, and no, it's fine. Just go ahead. Yep, you got 2 more main roster picks.
Okay. All right. Man, I don't know if I like this pick, but I feel like you got to take a chance on some youth once in a while. I'm going to take Theory.
Okay.
I'm still not sold on this guy. I think a lot of people, especially after the Cena program, are starting to sour on him. But I'm gonna give him a spot here.
Nope, that's not what I want. Shoot. Okay, let's see here. One more main roster pick. I want to make it good. Don't really need any more tag teams because I got Usos, the Prophets, use part of Judgment Day, and Brawling Brutes. So I'm good there. Pretty good on my women's roster. I feel like there's someone I'm missing, but
I mean, the Beast Incarnate is out there.
Yeah, I'm not taking him.
I don't think either one of us are taking him.
No. I'm running through the Mania card in my head. Just you know what? I'm splitting up a tag team here. I'm gonna take Braun Strowman.
Won't take Lesnar, but you'll take that guy, huh?
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do, control your narrative, Kris.
I mean, he shows up for work at least.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Man, part of me, there's a couple legends on the board here still. I could take Edge.
You could.
Randy is still out there. But I can't pull the trigger on either one of those. I think I'm going to have to, especially looking at what I have, I think I need one more female, at least one more female. You know, yeah, give me Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, that means I'm gonna have to turn a couple of the female talents, but I don't think that would be too difficult, especially with the way things have kind of played out over the last few weeks with Damage Control. I think that's getting split up soon to begin with. So having a little program for those three to get one or two of them back on the babyface side would be a nice little way to kick off the new year, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And that means you get two here.
Yes. And I'm now I'm done with my main roster. So now I'm into the NXT. And you know what? Seeing as I get a tag team, or I get two, I'm taking the Creed brothers.
Ooh. I've heard good things.
Yeah, I have too.
Oh.
I've probably seen a little bit more of them than you have, not by much though. And they're the one of them. I think I can't remember which one it is, but there's one of them that's clearly above the other one. Like they're both good, but one of them's just a little bit better. And I can't remember if it's
one of them's Sean, one of them's Marty.
Well, I was going more one's Rick and one's Scott, but yeah, either way. And I can't remember if it's Julius or Brutus, but I'm taking them both. So
fair enough. All right, that leaves me with 2 NXT picks and 2 Forbidden Door picks. Correct, sir?
Correct.
I'm going to take my first NXT pick, and I'm going to take Ilya Dragunov.
Nice.
I'm getting that Gunther rematch with him.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is it make sure I spell this right. Oh, Dragoon. There we go. Cool. Oh, why did that not? That's weird. All right. So then for my second NXT pick, I am going to take taking Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
Some
and
youth.
Go ahead. It's another. I don't watch NXT anymore, so it's another one I hear good things of. But I don't know enough about her to know like.
Yeah.
So for my last NXT pick, I'm split here because I feel like there's a bunch of different ways to go. But looking up and down my roster, I feel like this guy could in the nicest way possible be a real good shit stirrer on the show. I'm gonna take Grayson.
I almost took him, but yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good pick.
I feel like, and honestly, in my head, what just sold that to me is looking at my roster, and if Theory flames out, I feel like this guy is another one who can kind of take that role as the smarmy heel that people just despise.
Or they both take off. You could put them together.
Right.
Yeah. To me, like Waller's got like, he's got all the best qualities of Logan Paul, and he's there full time.
Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now I've got 3 Forbidden Door picks, and I think fair is fair, so I'm taking CM Punk.
That's fine. I was not going to take Punk under any circumstance.
So that's fine.
I wouldn't do that to the AEW faithful. He's a locker room guy. He's one of those guys you bring in and he unites a locker room. I get it, but couldn't do that to the AEW faithful. All right, so that leaves me with I have 2 remaining Forbidden Door picks as well.
Yep.
So I had planned on, I'm going to give away a strategy here because I know I'm not going to take it. I had planned on taking MJF because I think if you were doing an actual draft for the future of professional wrestling, that he's a top 5 pick. Like no joke at all. He's a guy that you'd have to consider taking at number 1. But with the way I'm set up right now, I think I've got enough of those type of characters on the show. So I'm going to pivot here, and I'm going to take the tag team, the best tag team on God's green. I'm taking FTR.
Nice. Well then, it's pretty funny. Like 5 picks ago, I said I got enough tag teams, and then I drafted the Creed brothers, and now I'm about to take another one. That's fine. We're gonna feature tag team wrestling, and a lot of people when they talk about the Usos and dream matches, obviously they bring up the Young Bucks, and obviously I can't do that. But one that I would like to see as well, in that same vein, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Ooh. I love it.
Now, seeing as we're on our last pick here, I'm pretty much tied to whatever you do. So, like, if you take a singles wrestler here, I can't turn around and take a tag team.
Correct. And Chris, because we've been friends for so long,
here it is.
Because I took your number 1 guy.
Yep.
I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to let you get a few extra picks here, but I'm going to take the faction first. Joining us on Matt's magnificent wrestling show is going to be the Blackpool Combat Club.
Sweet. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. So that means I get four people here with my last pick?
You do.
All right. Well, so the first 2 will be easy. I'm taking Hangman Page.
I knew it.
And I'm taking Adam Cole.
Yep.
Now, what do I want to do with the other 2?
I think you really want Nick Gage is who you really want here.
Yeah, exactly. Need someone just to bleed all over the show.
Someone for the brutes to just beat up on.
No, I'm gonna take. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
It's
no,
tough because
I don't.
you only get 2 more.
Right, and I thought if I had an odd number of tag teams, I was going to take the Acclaimed. But I have an even amount right now, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to keep it to singles wrestlers here. I got Hangman, I got Adam Cole. Who else? Trying to think who else from AEW or I guess I could go Impact, but not really. I got the Motor Machine Guns. That's good enough.
New Japan's out there too.
It is, but I don't watch enough. Like I feel dirty taking NXT pick because I don't watch NXT. Like I really don't pay attention to New Japan anymore. So, like I could. Okay. So yeah, we'll go.
Man, I threw you for a loop here.
You did. I wasn't expecting.
You thought I was gonna take one guy. You thought I was gonna take like Hangman, didn't you?
I figured you were gonna stick it to me and either take one or the other, Hangman or Adam Cole, and then I would just take the other one. But no, you really dropping the 4-piece here at the end kind of really threw me off. So. We'll go Darby. I've always really liked Darby. And then for some levity, I think segments with him and LA Knight would be hilarious. I'm going Danhausen.
You won. You just won the draft.
There we go. All right. Now let me go ahead and vamp while I add these up, make sure we do have even rosters here.
We'll see. It's funny though, just kind of looking at it like this. Like I took the Blackpool Combat Clubs because I'm like, it's 3 extremely talented guys in one pick that like you can throw in with just about anybody. And now I've got Bryan Danielson on my roster, and I can pull him and AJ out whenever I need to. I got Kenny, so I can redo that match. So as much as I would have liked to just pick up like a Hangman or Okada, I thought about taking Okada because I'd love to, just me personally, I'd love to get Okada and Kenny in the ring again. I think we're going to get it this summer with all the New Japan crossover. But it for the sake of this fun time, I really like that idea, but getting the 4 names instead is too much value to pass up, I feel like.
All right. So hopefully we'll see. Hopefully my math is correct here. We will find out momentarily. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think we both came out of this pretty good. Just giving it you definitely have the wrestling show?
Yes.
Oh crap, I looked away. God dang it. I can't do
By
that.
my count, we each have 31 members of our roster.
Okay, yeah, I got that. I'm just double checking mine to make sure, but if you've already added them up too, that'd be great. I trust you.
Yeah, I've got 31 for both of us.
All right.
I think it's interesting. CM Punk and Hangman would be on your show. Feel like that's a ready-made feud.
It is, and I think out of all the parties involved, I think those are the two that probably like. I mean, it sounds like everything. They're at least going to get to the point where Punk's going to be able to come back to work. But if given the choice between him making amends with the rest of the elite and making amends with I like chances of him and Hangman making amends more than the other 3. Specifically the Bucks.
Two of the other 3, yeah. Because
specifically
it seems like Kenny is cool with it, but
So yeah, no, I yeah. And then I mean Hangman and Roman would probably be pretty good too. I could do Punk and Roman. That'll be some good promos there.
Got to make him look strong.
Right? I mean, you
gotta make Roman look strong.
Get to play. It could play off that. So Roman never forgot that. I mean that. I mean, I think we've talked about it before, but low key like that. That did as much harm as WWE's booking. I think that comment in that podcast.
I don't know. I think it's a classic example of because he's a lightning rod, people took it the wrong way. I think he was making the point of like he's CM Punk. He's top of the wrestling world for a reason. He knows how to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need 18 million people coming up to him and saying, okay, you're going to win, but you need to make Roman look good. And because he says in that line at the end of it, he goes, you know what would really make him look strong is if he just beat me, because it's 3 guys against 1. Why wouldn't they just beat me? But that's not the part people hung on to. They hung on to, you got to make Roman look strong because we were all like, you're pushing him too hard.
Right. Yep.
Just like, you know what? We didn't even talk about it at the top, and we probably should have because Monday night into Tuesday, the entire internet was on fire because he happened to go backstage to a WWE show for 20 minutes. Like, no matter what the guy does, he's met with negativity automatically. It doesn't matter. So like I get what you're saying that Roman held on to it, but I think people just took it the wrong way.
Sure. But I mean, that doesn't, I don't know. I mean, that happens all the time where someone says something in a way that they didn't mean, but it gets taken, and by the time that they're able to, walk it back, and it's not like Punk's ever going to walk anything back that he says. Like,
hey, apparently he went backstage Monday. He smoothed things over with the Miz, which what he said to the Miz was a good, like,
yes,
no question. Like that was very clearly a shot fired.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's.
I mean, that made the stuff he said about the Elite at the press conference look like child's play.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So.
Yeah. No, and it's like it sounds like him and Hunter even got to shake hands, and so.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because the story, what was it, about 7:00 Monday night? It comes out. Oh, he was backstage.
Yeah.
And it's like, then it's he got on a flight with WWE talent and came to the show and went backstage. And it's like, well, no, that's not the story.
Yeah.
He was flying out of Florida because he was doing an MMA thing.
Just happened to be on
mm-hmm. Which he was working in Tampa. We all know, like, we know tons of wrestlers live in Tampa.
Yeah.
He ends up on a flight with people he knows, sits next to a producer who's like, hey, why don't you come backstage? Say hello.
Yeah.
He does that, and it turns into, hey, he's scheming for a job.
Yeah,
and
no, that was, that's all ridiculous.
It's nonsense. And no one was freaking out when Adam Cole was showing up at every AEW party with his girlfriend.
Right.
But whatever.
So.
No publicity is bad publicity, right?
Yeah, and it sounds like if it wasn't for the old man, he probably would have been able to stick around for the night. So.
Right.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, that's, as much as I rag on it, like, it's good to, like, I think everyone should just try to get along, as best as you can. Obviously there's certain people you shouldn't try and get along with, but, like, it'd be really cool if, like, even if he never steps foot in a WWE ring again, like, if him and Hunter could come to some sort of, like, I did some stuff, you said some stuff, whatever. It's all water under the bridge type thing,
Right.
So.
And I think it's gonna get to that point eventually.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time. the classic time heals all. I mean, Brett and Sean. Right. It's groveling time.
Yeah.
But I mean, Brett and Sean figured it out. Jeff Jarrett ended up back in WWE.
Yeah.
Like they all end up back there at some point. So, I just it was frustrating for me as a punk guy to see people just pile on him for simply going backstage to a show.
Yeah, no, that's stupid. So, all right. Well, yeah, I'll post these rosters too, and along with when I post the episode, and y'all can kind of pick and shoot, see who you think's got. To be honest, I'd watch both of these shows.
I wouldn't watch the one with Cody on it. That guy's kind of a drag. I'm just kidding.
Could you imagine? Oh my god! Could you? The BCC beats him down Horseman Dusty style. Oh, book it.
Book it. Well, and that's
make it look good.
When you laid out this whole how we were going to do it, I'm like, man, if I can figure out a way to get all the elite guys on the show, there's a pretty good story to be told of Cody coming back together with those guys and possibly taking down the bloodline, but you took the bloodline.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, but you did the whole that you did that all, It wasn't until you got all the pieces that your plan was revealed. So good on you for that one.
Right. It's taking over, baby.
Yeah. So.
Wait, can't do that. We'll get sued.
That's right.
Blur that out on the video.
All right. Cool. You got anything you want to plug?
I do, because I never plug anything, and look at you as a professional. So, real quick, I just a couple hours before we did this for my day job, I had the opportunity to interview the TNT champion Wardlow. Story is going to be out next week in mlive.com. You'll be able to find it all over social media. It'll be on the Ann Arbor News website, which is an MLive website. But yeah, I got 20 minutes with the TNT champ. We talked a little bit about his getting started in wrestling, what drew him into the business. Spoiler, Bret Hart, which immediately I was like, dude, same.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about his start in wrestling and working with Arn Anderson. I asked him about MJF, and he gave me a couple pretty juicy comments that I'm excited to throw in the story. And then he just hyped up, the AEW show that's coming to town on May 10th. So, early next week, I don't know exactly when it'll be published, but I'll be working on it, Monday morning when I start my shift. That'll be the first thing I knock out. So be on the lookout for that. Getting the ability to do some more pro wrestling coverage. So I'm actually going to have stuff I want to promote on here again. Sweet.
Yeah. You and I were talking after we recorded last week about some ideas you have, and I if a lot of those come to fruition, I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of good stuff. So yeah, just keep I'll definitely make sure we share all that stuff as it comes along. So yeah, fun stuff. Yeah, cool. This was fun.
Cool. This was fun. I always enjoy when we do these sort of. We've done the WrestleMania and the SummerSlam draft. So
yeah,
I think we did a Starrcade one with some of the guys at Fightful too.
Yeah.
So that
we did WrestleMania one with them too. So
yep.
Yeah. So all right, well, we'll get out of here then. So enjoy the draft, both the football and the wrestling drafts, and we'll see you next week. See ya. Oh, I had a great ending, and I don't remember what it was now.
Gotta love when you hit the stop button and you're like, shit, I had something there.
I haven't stopped it yet, but it just hit me before I was like, I had a great something I was gonna. Anyways, whatever. See you.